Hello and welcome to the Path of Least Resistance. I am Versailles. Today we're going to be going over the October 2025 Path of Champions monthly challenges. This month there's a lot of kind of weird things, a lot of small stuff too. There's 4 of those. And I don't know. Some of my choices, maybe big shrug. Don't know if it'll work, don't know if it won't. Just kind of go with what you feel, you know? So to start with, we like to use our new champions, so we have Spirit Blossom Kindred to take advantage of this Wailing Spirits, and then we're using Spirit Blossom Kindred again, and again, it shouldn't matter on these first 3. If I'm completely honest with you, I don't remember what Spirit Blossom Kindred does. I probably should have played it more, but there was so much to do that I just wasn't able to get around to it. And then we have, for number 4, we have Spirit Blossom Yasuo. I think should be fine. We're just using him basically because we use the new champions. But I don't think anything weird should happen here. It is Ashe, so Ashe will be able to frostbite your strongest unit every round. I don't think that'll be an issue. I have tried to pay attention to the discounts this month where I normally just don't care about them at all. So for challenge number 5, we're using Needly to take advantage of Dune Striders. Whenever we see Chronicle of Ruin, we're using Teemo because it's fun. Double Star Gem Guardian Angel, you make a bunch of Teemos. Whenever we see Fiora, we are going to be using Kindred with Double Stalkers Guardian Angel, and that tends to kill Fiora really well. I'm using Spirit Blossom Yasuo on Karma to take advantage of that 10 mana start. I think I just put Yasuo on 9 for no specific reason. There is a Bandle tree here which might get annoying, but other than that it should be fine. Using Spirit Blossom Master Yi on 10 to take advantage of repetition. He likes casting spells, this will repeat them. 11 is insane. So I would say that it is not crazy to use Jinx here. There is Vestige of Helia, so that means that the units have spell shields, so you're not going to be able to target them directly, but with the pings that Jinx does, and just dropping Jinx with Loose Cannon's payload to clear the board, that should probably be good enough to keep you safe. But we also have Combat Awareness, which is all units have Scout, which means that if Aurelia plays on round 1, something with Quick Strike Blade, so they get the free attack, they'll also get a scout attack. And then you also have Demacian Might, which gives their units +1/+1 when they strike. This won't affect the blades, but it will affect everything else. And you also have Suffer, deal 1 to the player's damage units. Probably isn't too big of a deal, but if you are blocking, you're going to take an extra damage at the end of that. I think this has a potential to be very difficult. Also, Aurelia is just kind of scary on her own, even without combat awareness. Although they might waste combat awareness on a scout attack, on a quick strike blade attack anyway, a free attack is what they're called, I think. So maybe it's not worse than just Aurelia normally, but there is Vestige of Helia. So I considered Ari here, and then I decided that that might not be quick enough to win, especially with Vestige, where you can't like really defend yourself. So I'm doing Nora with Wicked Harvest, Guardian Angel, and Grand General's Counterplan. My idea is to let them play a card, then drop Nora to kill everything with Wicked Harvest. I've just been enjoying Wicked Harvest lately. And this gives me another opportunity. You have the Guardian Angel to keep your unit alive or let it die once. So you'll be able to block with it, and then if it dies, it comes back, and then you have Grand General's Counterplan to replay it, which should completely clear the board by the second time you play it, and I think everything will be fine. Wicked Harvest does hit through Spell Shield, so we're not too worried about that. Another thing with Guardian Angels is if you mess up the first time, you gotta do it again. You also create a bunch of units kind of accidentally, so I think Nora will be a good option here. But I don't know, we'll see. I could be completely wrong here. Unstoppable Force on 12, we're using Elise, take advantage of the +3/+3 and Overwhelm. Again, Chronicle of Ruin on 13 is Teemo. On 14, we have Ezreal with Domination. I'm using Spirit Blossom Teemo. I think it'll be fine. We just dropped Spirit Blossom Teemo with Buff Cap Proliferation, and everything should die? Probably gonna change Scourge's stash there to Wicked Harvest. I think that's a better call. Scourge's stash was mostly there to let me play it a lot in those really difficult adventures. I don't think it's necessary in this. For 15, we're using Spirit Blossom Ari for Price of Progress. I think that's how Ari works. She likes playing spells, so I think it'll be fine. And cost reducing it should be good. For Magic Number, on 16 we are using Eldritch Dragon, just hoping that we draw him at 3 cost and then we can just play him. We're using Samira just as a filler on 17. We're using Varus for only the strong on 18. This leaves you with only 1 unit. Varus just becomes a huge unit, you attack and you win the game. So it should be fine. I'm using Morgana for Victor on 19 for no particular reason. I just wanted a strong counter, but and I didn't use Morgana anywhere else, so seemed fine. Challenge 20 scares me a little bit. It has Mercy, Killings, and Red Azure Lips. So Red Azure Lips deals 1 damage to all units at round start. Mercy, Killings, round end kills all damaged units. So we are going to be using Armadillo Shell here to give Lily a tough, and then the Stalker's Blades will kill all of the units. Should be fine. Draven will come back infinitely, so that's a little bit of a problem. But I think with double Stalkers, we're going to be okay there. Using Spirit Blossom Teemo on 21 for no particular reason. I think this is just a filler pick. Master Yi to take advantage of Price of Progress on 22. You might get hit because you're not going to be able to play Master Yi on round 1. And then if they attack on round 2, you're going to take damage. And you won't be able to block because of Flash of Steel, where it stuns a unit. If you can put a unit out beforehand, then that'll work, it'll be good. LeBlanc dealing with Ezreal, that's generally what we want to do for Ezreal. I find that it's like incredibly safe. Teemo for the Chronicle of Ruin on 24. Spirit Blossom Ari, just to play more Spirit Blossom Ari, taking advantage of Guided Meditation on 25. We have Volibear for Mounted Peak on 26. We have Samira for this Victor on 27. I just kind of have been having fun playing Samira, so I'm just doing that there. Samira on 28, same idea, except we also get to take advantage of Arms Race. We're using double Dreadway Chase Guns, so assuming our units don't die immediately, we're going to be doing like 12 damage from the warning shots, and we should also get the attack token and whatever. Should be good. Using Warwick to take advantage of Breakthrough Research on 29. I think it'll be fine. Anything with like double Stalker's Blade tends to get rid of all of the units really well. So that's what I'm doing here. We're using Ambessa generally for Kai'Sa. I don't know, somehow decided that was a good counter, and it is. We also have Minimalist here, so you get 2 extra mana gems, which Ambessa fits in fine with. Normally you would use Evelyn, but there's actually 3 more Minimalists, and so Evelyn gets taken up. We're using Vhagar against Aurelia on 31 to take advantage of crafty portals. Also, Vhagar is just kind of good against Aurelia, generally. Evelyn on 32 with Minimalist. LeBlanc for 33, just another Ezreal. We also have Combat Awareness here, so they'll be able to scout attack you, but again, double Stalkers, you just drop low cost unit in, kills all the units, should be fine. Master Yi for Natural Magic on 34 to counter Aurelia. Also, like, you just have infinite stats on round 1. Evelyn for Minimalist on 35. Vhagar for Aurelia on 36. We're not really taking advantage of anything here, but we'll be able to get rid of Aurelia whenever she spawns, which is the most important thing. I'm using Yasuo on 37 for this Talia and Aurelia. They have Demacian Might 2 on Aurelia is a little bit scary. I think Yasuo being able I mean, the stun's never permanent with Aurelia because she'll attack with the scout, but, you know, when you drop Yasuo, you'll be able to get rid of her with Tempest Blade, and all you have to do is last until you have 4 mana, and then you should be fine. We have Spirit Blossom Master. I can't even read anymore. Setting up these spreadsheets takes so much out of me. Spirit Blossom Master Yi on 38 to take advantage of the spell refill. They normally get it once. This will get it more times. Elise for this Karma and Yasuo. I think this is just a filler. There's a Mercy Killings here too. I'm not too worried about that. We're just going to attack with Elise and win the game, probably. But there is some potential that like Yasuo could come down, stun something, and then you take damage, but your spiders kind of refill themselves, so I don't know. Just attack twice and you win the game. We have Spirit Blossom Teemo for Darius. I feel like with Remove the Imperfection, if they like put Rue back in your hand, you can just replay it, and then I think that'll be a good combination to just do a bunch of damage and add more puff caps to their deck. I could be wrong about that, but we're gonna find out. Yasuo for Aurelia on 42. Yasuo, again, very strong. This does have After Image, so they get the a copy of the Strongest Dead Follower at round start. Hopefully Yasuo's Hold It power will stun that, and if not, I don't know. Yasuo's good, so it shouldn't really matter anyway. We also are using Guardian Angel here, so if we need an extra 5, we do have that. For 43, we're using Annie to take advantage of Trick of the Light. We get doubled spells there, and then it's going to be boosted by Dreadway Chase Gun and Luden's Tempest. If we kill Annie, we get to do it again. 44, we have Guided Meditation, so we're using Volibear, should be fine. Azur with Challenger, probably fine. I'm not too worried about it. For this Katarina, we are using Veigar just to kill Katarina. It does have a Door Abyss, but shouldn't matter too much on Veigar's deck. Mostly you're winning with Darkness anyway. Elise is a filler on 46, should be fine. Just attack and win the game. On 47, we have another Vestige of Helia. I do like putting Ari against Vestige of Helia because Ari doesn't care about what's happening. You just play her a bunch of times and win the game. That works even at 3 stars, although I do have mine at 6. For 48, this is Katarina and Aurelia with small stuff and little buddies. Use Jinx. That for all small stuff, you should generally use Jinx. There's 4 of them this time, so we can't use it to cover all 4. But this is like the most obvious Jinx I've ever seen in my entire life. For 49, we have Minimalist, so we're putting in Evelyn. Could use Kindred here because it is a Fiora, but Evelyn will do fine. For 50, to take advantage of Tranquil Minds, we are using Lilia. We can also dodge Suffer by using Sleep. But, I mean, that shouldn't be a problem anyway. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. We do have a small stuff on 51 with Welcome to the Murder Bridge and Mountain Peak, so potentially they could summon like a 10 cost champion and play it for free. So that is something to worry about. But we're going to use Jinx on it anyway, so it should be fine. 52, we're using Ambessa. It's another Kai'Sa. The Adorabis squirrels will actually still grow in power because of military training. Natural Magic, we're using Master Yi. On 53, you'll get infinite stats. You'll be able to block. Crown Guard will level you up, and then you attack and win the game. 54, I'm using Mel. There is a combat awareness here, which means all their units have Scout. Lulu with Scout can be scary. And I think that Mel will be able to just remove all of Lulu's units at once with her spells. Yeah, that's my plan. Nami is a filler here, just to take advantage of this Bandle City discount. Could play anything, it's just a Swain, there's like nothing weird happening there. Price of Progress with Gangplank Viego, we're also using Nami. Same general idea, just cost reduction on spells. Could use Master Yi there, I used him in other places though. for the arms race on 57, we're going to be using Annie. Again, just boosting the Dreadway chase guns. You also have stun for Aurelia and Lee Sin from the Guile power. I think this will work, but I could be wrong. Coercive power on Lee Sin can be kind of mean. Probably also on Aurelia. It just gives her like really early attacks. It also has a bunch of elusives. This might be a wrong choice, but I don't know, we're gonna find out. Using Needly on 58, take advantage of that combat awareness. Should be able to stun the entire board, attack win the game by attacking twice or 3 times with Ground Guard Inheritance. Small stuff on 59 is just Darius. We also have Crafty Portals, which is Bandle City discount. So we're going to be using Yuumi. Yuumi is pretty good into small stuff, one of the best. So I think that will work out. On 60, because of the Trick of the Light, we're going to be using Annie again. You can also stun Azure with Guile. So that's my plan there. 61, we're using Mel. Because of Mercy killings, we should be able to damage the units, and when they die, they'll damage more units. Everything should die. Should be fine. The opponent can steal your cards, so find out if that's wrong or not. I'm more concerned about that now than I was when I wrote it down, but I think it'll still be okay. Pretty sure it'll still be okay. 62 for Kai'Sa, we're using Ambessa. 63, we're using Nami to take advantage of repetition. Should destroy Aurelia. Even if you take damage in the start, you'll be able to get all those hit points back. 64, we're using LeBlanc for Ezreal. 65, there's a combat awareness Lulu again, and we're using Mel. If it doesn't work in the first one, we're going to change this idea later, but I think it'll be okay. For 66, it's a Katarina, and we're just going to toss Yasuo there. Yasuo, again, just being able to stun, so you'll probably want like a Steel Tempest in hand to start. Then if Katarina attacks, you can just stun her, and then after that, you'll drop Yasuo, clear the entire board. Should be fine. Using Nidalee on 67 to take advantage of Dune Striders. On 68, we're using Alawi to take advantage of Salty Dogs. Alawi is really good. Don't think those are the relics I'm going to use. I don't know, it's probably fine. Green Glade Shadeleaf you're going to be using to make your tentacles elusive, and then Gale Force will give you that extra attack. Then you'll get a third attack with Krandor Inheritance. It's actually probably fine. I wrote it down a long time ago, so I'm going to just assume that I was right when I did that. 69 is your last small stuff. This also has Suffer. You should be able to dodge Suffer pretty well with Kindred. And then we'll have Force Workout, so when something strikes, you double your power. So small stuff will set you to 1, and then you'll strike, and then it'll be 2, and then you'll strike, and then it'll be 4. It's going to be slower to win and clear out the board with the Double Stalker's Blades, but I think overall it'll be fine. You could switch over to Everfrost if it's something you're worried about, but I think it'll be fine. Could be wrong, but I don't know. I think there's a pretty high chance it'll be okay. Kindred is like a perfect counter to Fiora just generally because you can Spirit Journey anytime she starts doing anything wild, and so not too worried about it. And then the last one is Lulu with magic numbers, so we're just using Volibear here. They probably won't be able to return our units with the Remove the Imperfection, and the Stalker's Blades will kill all of their units when we drop. And that is what I plan to do for the monthly challenges. If I do make any changes, you will see that in the description. No, in the spreadsheet. I'll change it in this spreadsheet, and you'll notice that I haven't put runes down for most of the Spirit Blossom units, because I haven't decided which rune I'm going to use, because I haven't played them very much. And these builds probably aren't their best builds. I just, like I said, haven't really played them very much, haven't really thought about it, haven't discovered the best options yet. As always, this is copied from PetiB's spreadsheet. The baseline anyway, I fill in all of my champions and relics. and that will also be linked in the description. I think he fills that out more fully as time goes on and people do it, so you'll probably have better options of what to do. In tab 2, of course, I have my relic builds, which have the rare relics, the epic relics, and the epic pay to win relics. And then we have mutator stats here in case you're unfamiliar with any of those. You can see how many of those there are and what they do, and that is part of PetiB's spreadsheet. So yeah, looks like it's going to be a harder month than normal. I think there are some places like 11 and 20 that could catch you off guard if you weren't aware of them. 48 is insane. And aside from that, I don't know, use good champions, have good results. Hopefully that works out for you. Also, if you're, not me, and you are open to using Aurelian Soul, that can cover anything that you are having struggles with. And Aurelian Soul is actually much easier to get now because you can just purchase his fragments from the glory store. Try to get him to 4 stars. I think that's a good use of your glory. And yeah, that's it. That's all for me. We'll start doing these probably tomorrow. I still am open to doing some more of the Spirit Blossom adventures if people still need help, but otherwise we're just going to go into the monthly challenges as per usual. Anyway, that is all for me. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.